What's up, YouTube? This is Arlioshi as usual. I'm Max and welcome to more Let's Play Asagao Academy. I just really needed a drink edition. Club. God damn it, I keep saying edition. Last time, we got the chance to join the Normal Boots Club. If we do well in the tournament, where we have to play a puzzle game that's basically Dumbadoom's Revenge. So, I don't know if we're going to have to actually play the game, or if it's going to do it automatically and just based on our choices, or what. But, yeah. So, now we're doing more stuff. When does the dating happen? I couldn't sleep at all that night, so when morning came, I put on my uniform and headed to class early. For once, I was eager for the mundane classroom environment. I hoped it would still my racing thoughts and help me come to terms with my amazingly good fortune. Therefore, I was sitting at my desk falling slowly asleep when a hand slammed upon its surface. Listen up! Ah! Holy shit. I scooted my chair away from my desk. Shane glared at me. If you are really competing with us in the tournament, and I still can't believe that's happening, then you had better not let us down. He pulled out the chair in front of my desk and sat down. Let's talk strategy. What? Do you think practice will pull you through the tournament? Despite knowing it was probably the wrong answer, I nodded.
No.
Wrong! Rather than practice, you need strategy. I could hardly believe my eyes. Shane, the normally quiet, wary, barely speaking Shane, was suddenly on fire and preparing to give me a full lecture on video game strategy. Did this mean my good fortune was over, or... Pay attention. I snapped up straight and scooted my chair to my desk. Yes, sir. Strategy isn't something you could just study, and it isn't something you only start thinking about when you're playing your game. Strategy is always. Repeat after me. Strategy is always. Strategy is always? He slammed his hand on the desk again. With feeling! Strategy is always!
Yeah.
Good. Do you know what this means? In your daily life, you can make choices willy-nilly like an absolute idiot, or you can make smart, intelligent choices. You can make choices like a winner. Sometimes these go against what we want in the moment. Someone strategizing for a diet would have to pick not to eat a second serving, even if they want to, even if they're hungry. It's not always what you want, but it's what you gotta do. Understand? I think, kind of. He nodded, seemingly satisfied. The more you strategize in your daily life, the better your mind will get when trying to strategize in-game. Okay, I think I got it. So basically, how well we do in the tournament, presumably, is decided based on the choices we make. Okay, yeah, I think I get it. Gaming isn't just fun. Gaming is life. He leaned forward, staring me down. Strategy is always. Shane grabbed the bottom of his chair and scooted frantically away, his mission apparently accomplished. He sat at his desk across the room, pulling out his sketchpad and drawing pencils. Or his sketchpad and drawing pencils. Then, face calm as ever before, he started to draw. How was that the same Shane I've seen for all these weeks? If he heard me, he didn't respond. I turned back to my desk, once again wide awake, Shane's words repeating in my head. Strategy is always. Oh hey, it's almost time for the flower festival. Ooh, do we finally get to make a choice? Come on, we got a date. With everything happening so quickly, it felt almost like it snuck up on me. Have you decided who you're taking yet? Right. I had to go with someone to the festival, but who could I ask? The only guys I knew were the members of the Normal Boots Club. Would they want to go with me? And which one should I go with? John was kind and caring, but I was a bit worried he cared too much about Jacques in the play to notice anything else. PBG was so easygoing, but something about the way he looked at me still bothered me. Sag was mature and really smart, but he seemed hard to get close to, and kind of a serial killer. Or was I imagining that? There was Shane, who, let's be honest, he hated me. There was no way he'd say yes. But then again, he had started to warm up to me. Paul of Continue popped into my head too, but the last few times I hung around him, he caused major destruction. Gerard was so caring and friendly, but I wasn't sure he was interested in me in that way. There was Jared too, but I looked at Mai. I couldn't do that, could I?
Well,
Oh, here's our choice. Alright, some people are missing from this list. Like, we have John, PBG, Paul, and Gerard. We do not have the choice to ask Jared, presumably because I sided with Paul in that one debate a while ago. Don't have the choice to ask Shane, presumably because I messed up somewhere along the line. And we didn't even get given the option to ask Nick or Josh. Is there anyone else I'm forgetting? I just want to keep recap of this. I don't have Satch as the option either, and I don't know what... I didn't even have a choice with him, I don't think. Maybe I was supposed to bring the book or something. There was at one point where I was, like, asked if I wanted to bring the book or not. So, now, kind of wish I made the last episode last a little longer, but what I'm going to do, for this video, the thumbnail is probably going to be very generic. It'll change to something more accommodating for my choice, eventually, but I don't want you to be spoiled. So you have not been spoiled yet. As for who I'm going to pick, there were, I think, 3 or 4 options that people were suggesting, and 2 of them came up a lot. But someone pointed something out that made me decide to go with the one that was probably second most popular. The reason for this being, the most popular choice was PBG. But someone pointed out that of all the routes, PBG's is probably the easiest, while Shane's is the hardest. And I wanted to go with something middle of the road. So I decided I would not pick PBG or Shane. The second most popular option, with that in mind, was John.
John.
I choose John. Mai whistled.
Really?
I see. Going for the big guns, huh? Eh? I always knew my Hana would reach for the stars. Now look at you, up on the moon. Wait, what? She winked at me. Well, go on. What? Go on and get your man. Wait, you mean now? Yeah! Mai hit me on the back, and holy crap, this audio was loud, and practically shoved me towards the door. As I began to leave, my legs turned into jelly. Small pink blobs filled my vision. What? Go! Mai was tossing cherry blossom petals over my head. Go get Senpai to notice you. Mai. Mai beamed at me. No time to talk, Hana. This is gonna be your big day. You're a main character. Unless you messed up real badly, you'll definitely get a good answer. Now, just for the record, this is not my only choice. Or rather, this is not the only route I'm doing. I will in the future be doing all the routes, and yes, this includes the 2 secret ones. So, please don't spoil about those, but yes, I do plan on doing those eventually. I'm just doing John first. If you would like to vote down below who you think I should tackle next, go on ahead. I might set up a straw poll or something, but then if you clicked on the poll first, then you'd be spoiled as to who I chose here, but maybe you shouldn't do that. There might be, check the description below and you'll probably find a straw poll of some sort, and that's where you'll see, you'll get to vote on who you think I should go for next. I'll probably go in order of popularity or something, or we'll figure it out. Point being, you can either comment down below if you want to give a more detailed explanation for why you think I should choose someone next, or you can just go and use the poll just to get your vote in. Anyway, moving on. I've messed up a lot though. Just go! With a final shove, I was out the door. Now, where would I find him? John was where he said he would be, in the theater. He was holding Jacques and dramatically singing an opera song in a tone I didn't think he could muster. A sad-looking first-year sat on the bench of a piano, reluctantly playing music. I waited until a pause where the piano notes slowed, signaling the end of the song. That was weird. John? Jacques! Oh, Hana! He stopped and jerked to face me. A worse bird might have been sent the sentence weirded me out. A worse bird might have been sent careening towards the chalk-marked floor of the auditorium, but Jacques stayed firm. He is a robot. John cleared his throat and looked at the floor, receding from the opera mood. How can I help you, Hana? I wasn't expecting you. He coughed awkwardly, and I almost did the same. It wasn't my intention to stop you in the middle of, this. Please, keep singing. I would love to hear the rest of it.
I don't know.
Well, now that you're here, I don't think I can. Were his cheeks pink? Stage fright? And here I thought John's only setting was joke cracker. It was cute. I tried to hide my amusement. Well, I came here because... Now it was my turn for a peach face. I want to go to the flower festival with you, John. A breeze came out of nowhere, rustling my hair and clothes while I looked intently at him. A stray cherry petal slipped off my shirt and danced into the air. John turned. The pianist was making his quick escape through the door. I didn't mean to create a draft. Sorry, a reluctant pianist. His eyes flew between the two of us for a moment. Then he ducked out the heavy door. I have an answer for you, Hana, but first I need one from you. Huh? Was this a trick question? John perched Jacques on his shoulder while I mentally prepared myself for whatever he was going to ask me.
Well,
You never told me whether you wanted to be in the play. I think your talents would be utilized well here. But I'd be a tree. What kind of talents do I need to stand still in the background? I'll go to the flower festival with you if you agree to be in my play. I sighed. John didn't get it. No one wanted to be a tree. I'm disappointed that you think I'm only good enough to be a tree, but I really appreciate the offer in general, so I'll take it. Thank you.
yeah.
Yeah! Hana, this is your big break. I'll put you on the list for tryouts, but I can already tell you your chances are good. Tryout? Tryout to be a tree? John picked a clipboard up off the piano and tapped the back of his hand on it.
Well,
I have a list of people who want to be trees, you see. I have to pick the best one. There are tryouts, callbacks, and then another round just to be sure. I was defeated. But don't worry, I've already seen what you can do, and I love it. Just come to the tryouts. Okay, I'll give John this much. Or in-game John this much. This all seems stupid, like, needing people to audition for the role of a tree and whatnot. You would be, as a filmmaker, I could say, you would be very surprised how much people can totally screw up very simple stuff. Like, there are people who, this sort of thing can typically be done to see if someone is actually going to take the tree role just because they want to be on stage, or if they're going to try to use it as a chance to, just do something stupid in the middle of the play. Lets you figure out their personality and what they do. Also, depending on how this is going, if he, gives the tree lines or something, or whatever, then there might be that to consider. So, this is the sort of thing you have to actually take into account, as stupid as it sounds. Admittedly, usually it's not a tree you need someone to take as a role, because usually that's done as a backdrop. But you get the idea with, simple characters. Right, okay, I can do that. And I'll do whatever I can to make you happy with this decision. I would have gone to the flower festival with you even if you didn't want to be a tree, but I figured I could get both of us what we wanted. We're gonna be spending so much time together. Won't that be fun? I know Jacques is looking forward to it too. Huh? It didn't seem like he wanted to go at first. Now that I knew he was just as happy as I was, I felt much better. Even about being a tree. So, Jacques and I will meet you at the festival? As the full force of the fact that I did it and he said yes hit me, I broke into a huge smile.
Yeah.
Yes, that sounds great! Guys, we did it! I need a drink of water. I woke up late the next morning, the day of the flower festival. I was buzzing with anticipation, but because of that, it took me forever to wake up. Now it was almost noon, and I rubbed my eyes as I arose. Hey there, sleepyhead. Good morning. I will murder you. You slept even later than I did. That's impressive, Hana. I sat up in bed, and something on the edge of my desk caught my eye. What's that?
I don't know.
Oh, that? A letter for you. Came in the mail this morning, so I just said it. I scrambled out of bed and into my desk chair, ripping open the letter. Whoa, jeez. Calm down, it's not going anywhere. Turning away from her, I started to read. Little Blossom, how have you been doing these past few weeks? I'm sorry I haven't found the time to write. Your pa's been working hard lately, and I seem to go right to sleep when I get home. I know things were difficult for you here, and I only hope that you're having a better time where you are now. It isn't the same without you here. I miss your cheeriness and watching TV with you, and most of all your pink hair bobbing around the kitchen. Hana, I know you feel bad about the pressure this must be putting on me, but don't. I do this because I love you. There is nothing I want more in this world than your happiness. I miss you, Hana. Be strong. Your Papa. My hands trembled. Tears filled my eyes. I hadn't written to him since arriving at Asagao. As many times a day as he crossed my mind, I'd just been busy with other things. He must be worried sick, and from the sound of things, he was also depressed. I missed my father. I missed my home. I missed helping him. If I wasn't around to cook him breakfast, he almost never ate. He kept saying it was fine, but he was getting older, without Mom there to take care of him. Hana, are you okay? I wiped my eyes on my sleeve. Yeah, I'm fine. I miss my dad. I picked up a pencil and paper and began to write, trying hard to block out the tears. Eventually, Mai turned to her own work and let me be. Dad, I'm doing really great here. This has been the best change of my life. I have a best friend, and I might join a club. I even have a date. You sacrificed so much to bring me here. I know I hardly gave you any choice with the way things were going. I was spoiled and ungrateful, but you always did whatever was necessary for me. I miss you so much, but thank you. I know this was a huge sacrifice. Please eat well and take care of yourself. Remember, 2 glasses of water in the morning and 1 before bed. And have breakfast. Scrambled eggs are easy to make. Draw a smiley face on them in ketchup, just like I would if I was there. I'll send my love through that, so make sure you do it. I miss you. And tell Mom happy birthday. I guess it's the festival now. Okay. It struck me as a surprise upon getting to the festival that there were people other than Asagao students wandering the streets. Immediately, I realized my folly. This was a festival for the town of Higanbana after all, not for the academy. The people ambled about happily, including quite a few city folk coming to see what must be a well-known festival around these parts. I smiled. It was nice to feel involved. My cell vibrated from the small pocket I stashed it into, and I ducked into a corner to carefully extract it. Anna, this is your number, right? It's John. I'm gonna be a bit late. There's been a crisis. I'll get there ASAP. A crisis? What's wrong? I shot him a text back, staring at my phone's screen for some kind of feedback. After a few minutes, I realized nothing was going to come. Whatever was happening, he was dealing with it on his own. With a sigh, I turned back to the crowd flowing past the stalls. Now what was I supposed to do? I didn't like being around crowds, and I was too worried about John to enjoy the festival, although I tried to take what he said with a grain of salt. John seemed likely to panic about anything. Even my being cast as a tree in the play was a life-threatening decision to him. His very well-being depended on anything from what to have for lunch that day to ensuring that nobody in their right minds read romance novels and called themselves a friend of his. In all likelihood, it wasn't anything too bad, but that didn't help me worry any less. I sighed again and stepped into the flow of the crowd. At the very least, I could look around and see if there was anything interesting. I didn't actually expect to find anything interesting. But somehow, I stumbled upon a fountain in one corner of the festival, set up to look like a group of dancing sirens. They held hands, almost like they were actually moving with each other. Wait, one of them was moving. I crept hesitantly towards the fountain and the twitching siren. Jacques, it's you! Okay. Jacques turned to look at me, then dunked his beak into the fountain. Once wet, he shoved it under his wing. Was he preening? Curious, I crouched down next to him. Birds scared the heck out of me, and I didn't know why. I didn't have any bad experiences with them. None tried to kill me as a kid. None stole my favorite jewelry or pooped on my favorite outfit or tried nesting in my hair. Maybe it was the aerial advantage. Birds were only a few technological advantages from becoming evil kamikaze pilots, dive-bombing their prey without any mercy. Yeah, without mercy. Maybe that was it. If a bird had the chance to be better than you, it would take it. If it could take advantage of you, it would. Birds were savage, heartless creatures, as far as I was concerned at least. But then, here was Jacques, the most beloved thing to his cheerfully bumbling owner. Somehow, he earned the heart and love of John through staying by his side, even through all the sass. Well, Jacques was a robot, so it wasn't really the same thing, was it?
Hey!
There you are! Oh, hi, John. John dashed through the crowd, darting right past me and picking Jacques up out of the fountain. You know I hate it when you leave without me. And to go to the fountain, really? You know how I feel about fountains. What if you fell in? What then? You should wait for me to clean you, not go all willy-nilly on your own. I wanted to look pretty for our date. Jacques' glowing eyes turned to me, and John followed his gaze. Hana, there you are. You really didn't notice me. Also, nice fancy outfit. Black button-up collared shirt. I mean, admittedly fancier than I probably would have worn something like this. It's like I've killed 2 birds with 1 stone. Haha. Proverbially, not literally. Smooth operator, this one. I don't need your sass. Anyways, I'm glad we met up, Hana. How about we go get something to eat? Do you like dango? Jacques and I love it. Oh, that's a nice dress. I haven't had that since I was a kid. Yeah. Let's go for it then. I was prepared to have delicious, dessert-filled dango that evening. I was not prepared to die of sugar-filled sweetness. Oh, that's a neat picture. Here, Jacques, this one's for you. John held a strawberry dango up. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing dango or whatever wrong. I'm sorry if it's dango or something. I'm just saying what sounds correct. John held a strawberry dango up to Jacques, who pinched the treat inside his beak. He didn't start chewing it or anything. Undoubtedly, as a robot, he could not eat. Instead, he turned to look at me, eyes red with glee. I got a treat. He did. He did. Good for you, Jacques. Happy day. John chuckled, popping a bit of dango into his own mouth. So, how did you and Jacques find each other, John? That's a bit of a tough question to ask. Jacques' creator is a bit of an elusive man. I didn't get to meet him. But a family friend apparently had a bit of an experience up in Tibet. He came back with his bird and these huge bags under his eyes, walking like a zombie. He practically threw Jacques at me, saying he didn't want to deal with it. I still don't know what he meant by that. When I booted Jacques up, there he was. A fully fledged robot with autonomous AI and free will, able to form bonds and connections with people, with a functional memory bank and a hot chunk of sass to boot. He stroked the top of Jacques' head, who didn't seem to be interested in his own story. We had a lot of adventures after that, you could say. I got into a few scrapes. Jacques got me into a few scrapes. I resent that. But he's always been by my side. He's what got me to Asagao. He's what made me interested in electronics. He's what kept me sane and feeling like I'm matted. John stopped. Anyways, don't you have something like that? Something you love more than anything else? I guess. My dad. Really? Really? Usually people aren't too keen on their parents. No, my dad is the best. He's an artist, a sculptor. He makes pottery and runs his own shop all by himself, even after my mom passed away. John's face fell, and I stopped in my tracks. Anyways, he's sacrificed everything for me over the years. I'm the most important thing to him, and he's the most important thing to me. I miss him so much. Well, if he runs his own business, he probably keeps busy. He can afford to send you to Asagao after all. John laughed heartily, and a pang shot to my gut. You mean, you can't tell? Tell what? I frowned, not really sure whether I was happy or sad. I'm not rich like you people are here. You people? Damn, those are some strong words. What is this, Sonic Boom? Well, I'm just saying. Asagao serves steak for lunch every Wednesday. Actual steak! Yeah, and? That's not normal. My dad and I eat ramen half the nights of the week. I help him in the shop all day when I'm at home. I've never owned a game console. We only have one 7-year-old computer that we split between the two of us. I use bus passes to go anywhere. Okay, sorry. You seem kind of stressed. Yeah, well, being around all this luxury is more unnerving than relaxing. Half the time I'm afraid I'm gonna break something or get a stain on my uniform. If that happens, I'll just have to wear it the rest of the year. We can't afford to replace it. The ice cream incident. Yeah, that. So wait, you work in your dad's shop? You don't go to school? No, I go to school too. I was in school the whole time. I just meant on weekends. Oh, that sounds like it sucks. He looked at the dango in his hands, then back at me. I should have paid for yours. No, don't you dare give me that. What? It's only right. Whoa, now she's angry. I don't want your pity. I guarantee you all the other normal boots guys notice, but they don't treat me like a charity case. Just treat me like a normal person, like you used to. Okay, if you say so. We descended into an awkward silence. Break the silence, Jacques. Save us. I shouldn't have yelled at him like that. Now things were weird and I didn't know how to fix them. Yeah. Apologize. Oh boy. John pointed at something across the way and ran for it. I followed him from a distance, unable to catch up in my restrictive yukata. It's a bird! A stuffed bird! Win it for me, Hana. Me? No special treatment, remember? It took me 12 tries to win that damn stuffed bird. I accidentally scrolled past the text. Even then, I didn't win it. The booth manager gave it to me out of sheer pity. John accepted it with utmost graciousness, and I resisted the urge to punch him in the face. Jesus! I'm gonna take it to bed with me every night. His name will be Mr. Snuffles, and he'll never leave my sight. Never. I'm glad. But it was hard to stay mad at John. It was always hard to stay mad at John. Hey, new chapter! So that means it's time to end the episode. I've been Max, and we're at a mall now. I've been Max, and we'll see you next time for more Asagao Academy. We are dating JonTron Club. Whoosh! Boom, boom.